All right, good morning to everyone and welcome to our Shopify with Enterprise webinar. We're going to start the webinar right now. We were just giving a few minutes for the people to connect. Um, but I think we have already a few good amount of participants. So the agenda for the day, we're going to give a small introduction about what enterprise is, and how the e-commerce has been impacted with the COVID-19. Then we're going to talk about the importance of Shopify with these with these changes within the market, and then we're going to go and talk about the frequent mistakes that are being made when managing the inventory and in the e-commerce platforms. Then we're going to go ahead and have a quick demo, and at the end we're going to have a Q&A space. So if you have any questions, feel free to write it down in the chat, and we will try to answer them all in that small space. If we don't have time to answer all of the questions, we will make sure to send them back to you, the answer by email. So for this webinar, we're going to be hosted by Sofía Iza, the Regional Manager for Americas of Enterprise, and myself, Maria Rodriguez, Sales and Marketing Executive. So,
Okay, thank you, Maria. So, welcome everyone. I'm very happy to have you here in today's webinar. As Maria said, today we will be focusing on our integration between Enterprise, SAP, and Shopify. But before we start giving you more details around the integration and how this works and how this can benefit your business, I will give you an overview of Enterprise as a company. So we have been in the market for more than 15 years. We have 9 offices around the world, mainly in Southeast Asia, in Europe, and Africa. From Colombia, we are managing all the Americas region. So Maria Monica and myself are based in Colombia, and from here we manage all the region. Our headquarters are in Dublin, and around well, we have won different awards from the start of Enterprise. So as you know, Enterprise is an add-on for SAP Business One. So SAP has awarded us with two prizes. So the first one is the Pinnacle Award in 2018, which is like the most prestigious one for partners. Then we had the Innovation Award, thanks for Enterprise and how it adds innovation and value to SAP Business One users. Then we have 2 awards and recognitions from the local government of Ireland. So we won the Entrepreneur of the Year. Our CEO won that award, and we were recognized as the best managed companies. The latest recognition and certification that we have is the ISO 27000, just to make sure that all the information that we have in Enterprise is secure and safe. Okay, so let's continue, and please, Maria, just go ahead and continue with the presentation.
thank you, Sofía. All right, so let's just go to the next part of the presentation. As we all know, with the appearance of COVID, there has been a lot of changes within the consumer behavior, especially for those generations that didn't trust much on the online sales. So we've seen a peak in the growth of the online sales, especially from 2019 to 2020, as we can see in the figures on the right. We see an increase of $1 billion on the worldwide retail e-commerce sales. And if we go straight to the current year, on the first quarter of 2021, the online sales also grew 44%. So we can see that there has been a change in the consumer online shopping. Before, the online shopping was made basically for lavish purchases, but now we can see more people doing their grocery shopping, buying their clothes, or even looking for plumbing service, everyday goods and services. So this has made the different brands to not only close their physical stores and turn into 100% digital channel. Others started implementing showrooms and where the people could go see the product, try them, and then go back to the online store and do the purchase over there. And then there's another big percentage that started implementing an omni-channel experience so that everything is connected, because now we know that the people that started shopping within the pandemic online might just never go back to the physical stores. Others, they will just go back, but not all of them. And a lot of people started liking very much actually not having to commute to a physical store. So because of this, there has been a need of implementing this omni-channel experience, and also as a conclusion of all these figures and all this data that I just said, we can see that there is a need of technology implementation. So now it's not enough to have just an e-commerce and post our products and services online, but we need to implement technology, not only to give a better experience to our customers, but also to improve our processes in-house and to reduce the human error. With this being said, we're gonna focus a little bit. I'm gonna tell you about Shopify, which is the platform we're going to be talking about in this webinar. Shopify is one of the 3 most important e-commerce in the United States and worldwide as well. It has more than 820K online stores actively buying their goods and services. And then they also have more than 218 million unique buyers. So Shopify has been growing dramatically, especially in these 2 last years. And we can see how very important brands such as P&G, Sopra, Steve Madden, and other brands have started implementing Shopify as their e-commerce platform. So taking this into account, we're going to go to the third part of the webinar, and we're going to talk about those frequent mistakes that we might be doing when we start implementing our e-commerce. As I said previously, now it's just not enough to just put our products and services online. Why? Because as human beings, we can also incur in errors, especially when we have to create documents manually. So, for example, if we're managing our inventory manually, we can oversell without noticing. So products that we no longer have in stock are available in our Shopify store. And if we're doing this process manually, that could not only incur in a bad experience for the customer, but also make the company incur in losses, as well as typing errors. So if we're creating our documents manually in SAP Business One, that can make us maybe just write something wrong or just put bad the numbers or the figures that we're going to work with. Forgetting to update the status in Shopify, that might not only create a bad experience again for the customer, but maybe in the side of the business, we might just send double, 2 or even more times the same product just because we didn't update the status of the order. Maybe we can have different coding in our warehouse stock or in the Shopify stock, and that can also create different errors within the company. Traceability of the payments. If we're reconciling the payments manually, that could also create errors in-house, and that could make the company incur in losses. So how are we going to help you reduce these manual errors? How can we make your life easier as an e-commerce manager with Enterpryze? So I'm going to go ahead and just give you a quick demo about our platform. This is our Enterpryze platform. I'm going to go ahead and share it right here. We have, you can just access from our website. We're going to give you, you can enter with your user and with a password. It's really easy. You can access from any place. And we're going to connect your Shopify store with your SAP Business One. So I'm going to first start showing you how we do integration is actually really easy. Once you buy Shopify, you will be ready to go within 1 or 2 days. So it won't take time. You won't need to do a lot of coding or really long implementation. Just a few hours and you will be ready to go. So what you will need to tell the system is what document do you want the system to create automatically while the purchase is being made in your website. So you can choose either between a reserve invoice, a sales order, or a sales invoice. In this case, we're going to leave it as a sales order for the sake of the demo. You can choose if you want to import the payment. Because we're choosing a sales order, the payment won't be imported into a sales order. But if you choose to create a sales invoice, then the payment will be imported automatically. You can choose the warehouse where you're going to be managing your stock, the sales price. If you want to choose a default customer for all of the purchases that are being made in your website, or if you want to create a business partner, taking into account the email of the consumer. Then you will be able to choose the accounts that are going to be affected depending on the payment. And you can also choose if you want the purchases to pass through an approval process on Enterprise before creating the document on SAP Business One. If you use Shopify POS, that integration can also be done in our software. All right, so I'm going to go to our online Shopify store and I'm going to go ahead and purchase a hoodie right here. I'm going to go and see how much hoodies do I have in stock. So here in our item module, I already checked for our hoodie. We can see it up here. And here we can see the general warehouse. How much do we have in stock, committed, all purchase, and available. We have 987 items. So I can definitely go ahead and do my purchase. And I have 147 committed. Why am I looking at the committed? Because the document that we're going to create is a sales order. So it will affect my committed stock. All right, so we're going to go ahead and see if once I made the purchase, if this changes. So I'm going to add it to the cart. And I'm going to go ahead and check out. Put my Enterprise email just to see if I'm going to get any notification. Let's go into payment. I'm going to apply a discount code of 100% discount, so that this is going to be €0, and I'm going to complete my order. Once this is being made, I'm going to receive an email that will show me that the purchase has been made. There we go. And if I go here to my email, I can see that the purchase has been done. So this is good to go. And I'm going to go to my Enterprise platform here in my Shopify module, and I am going to refresh my website to see if this has been already updated in my platform. Remember that Enterprise synchronizes in real time with SAP Business One, but the document, in this case, the sales order, won't be created until I've approved it, because I asked the system to go through an approval process before creating the document. So I can go to my administration website, check if this order is right, and then come here and approve my process. All right, I'm going to go once again to Shopify, and here it is. So I've got the order 1072 and it's in status pending. So once I click on it and I approve it, it will change the status of the order from pending to open. And now I have a document created right here, the 396. So I can either click on that or just go here to my sales module and then go to my orders and see if I have this document created, the 396. And here it is. So I can either check it here at Enterprise or check it directly in SAP Business One. But before checking this, I'm going to go back to my stock and remember that we had 147 committed. So I'm going to update and refresh my website and see if now I have 148. And that will be updating my stock automatically. So as we said previously, we are reducing the amount of manual work. We are reducing the possible human error, especially the typing errors, or maybe just forgetting to update any figure within our system. So I'm here once again in hoodie. I'm going to go to warehouses. And now I have 147 in committed and 986 in stock. So this is the information that we can see here. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this once again. And I'm going to go here to our document, 396 here. And we're going to open it and see what information our system is creating. So I'm going to see here what's the address, the billing address, the ship to address. We have our default customer, which is Shopify customer, the one we've previously configured. We can see here the hoodie one. We can see here that we have 100% discount. So this order is completely for free. And I have here this link, which will take me right to the same image that our customer received when making the purchase, which is the one we're seeing. We can go ahead and check that as well. So our document will be linked straight with Shopify. So I'm going to go ahead and copy these to a sales delivery. And when this is being copied, it will create a new document. All right, we can see here all the information once again. I'm going to save it. And if I go to actions, I will be able to see a relationship map with all the documents. So I can see here what was the sales order, and I can click on that. And I can also see the number of my sales delivery, and I can click on that. But at the same time, I'm receiving this email that says your order is on the way. So the status on Shopify has also changed. So I don't need to go to Shopify and change the status of my order. And I don't need to tell my customer anything manually. The system is automatically synchronized with both Shopify and SAP Business One. So with this been made, I'm just going to go back to my previous inform, which is the Shopify, and I can see here all my orders. I can see that I have a SAP delivery document created in Enterprise and in Shopify. And if I had a payment because this purchase was for free, I would also have a payment created. All right. I'm just going to go really quick and click on one payment of a previous order just for you to see how it looks. So I'll be able to see the incoming payment, 121. I can see the sales invoice that it is related to. I can see the journal that was created automatically on Enterprise and in SAP. And I can see also here the number of the sales invoice. If I journal, we'll be able also, it will take us to the accounting module and we can see the entry, the debit and the credit. And here in the bottom, I'll be able to see all the journal entry. So with this, we finish our demo and we will just go to the last part of our webinar, which is the Q&A. Do we have any questions?
There is one question about the payment. So they're asking if the payment is related to the sales order or is just related to the invoice. How does it work?
Yeah, so the payment will be created separately. And if you want to relate it to the, because we chose the document to the automatic creation of documents to be a sales order. So the payment will be created separately. So once you do the whole process and create an invoice from that sales order, then you will have to do that reconciliation manually from SAP Business One. But if you choose the document to be invoice to be created automatically once the purchase is done on Shopify, then the payment will be automatically related in the invoice.
Okay. Well, there's another question. So is Enterpryze integrated with Shopee, or is there a plan for this or any other e-commerce platform?
Also, right now, Enterpryze is only integrated with Shopify. Yeah, and for now, this is our only focus. Obviously, if we keep we keep doing developments very frequently, and if we start working with new platforms, we will definitely let you know. But for now, it's just Shopify.
Okay, just to add something there. So as you know, Shopify has integrations of, well, it has its own integrations. So if you integrate Shopify with another e-commerce, for example, Amazon, or another e-commerce that is possible to integrate with Shopify, and then you integrate Shopify with Enterpryze, all the information will also flow from the other e-commerces that are connected to Shopify. But as Maria said, our focus right now is Shopify. We are planning on including other e-commerce, but I'm not sure which ones yet.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Okay, good. So there's no more questions, but if you have any other questions, or if you want to see the integration in more detail, you can contact us via email. So if you go back, Maria, there's my email and Maria Monica's email there. So you just drop us an email. We can do a demo for you. We can see your own needs and see how Enterpryze can benefit your business. We also invite you to follow us in our social media. We are constantly posting interesting information around new releases, new functionality, and blogs that are very relevant for our customers. And I also wanted to invite you tomorrow to our webinar called Automation Rising. It is the most important and big release that we have done in the past 3 years. So it will be all around automation. And well, we will send you the invitation after the webinar so that you can register and see how Enterpryze can help you automizing all your processes, mainly the purchase process, expenses, etc. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us today, and we hope to see you soon in another session. Have a great day.
Goodbye.